Good afternoon. I present to you the students, faculty, and dean of the College of Dental Medicine and the provost, board chair, and president of the University of New England, led by mace bearer Dr. Michael Truscott, College of Dental Medicine Faculty Assembly Chair. May I please have your attention? In compliance with state regulations, we would like to take a moment to review with you some safety information. Please look around the forum and note the numerous exit signs. Each of these exits may be used in the unlikely event we should need to evacuate the building. Please remember that the entrance you use is just one of several exits for the building. If an evacuation is required, you will be informed either through this public address system or through the building's alarm system. Should this occur, we ask that you move calmly to the nearest exit and away from the building. Should anyone require medical assistance during the ceremony, a first aid station is located in the athletic training room across the hall. Any usher or staff person can assist you in finding the location. We kindly ask our graduates and faculty members to maintain a 6-foot distance between yourself and others at all times, and that you remember to keep yourselves masked throughout the duration of the ceremony. We thank you for your attention. At this time, please ensure that your cell phone has been turned off or silenced. Thank you.
I now declare the 2021 University of New England College of Dental Medicine graduation ceremony is now open. You may be seated.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Karen Pardue, and I am the interim provost of the University of New England. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2021 College of Dental Medicine graduation ceremony. I am enormously pleased and gratified that our graduates can assemble with their classmates, along with select faculty and professional staff, to celebrate this momentous occasion. And I'm equally glad that parents, spouses, children, other loved ones are able to join us by tuning in remotely to participate in this graduation ceremony. Each one of you watching from home today are a very, very special part of this day. Before we progress any further into this evening's ceremonies, I would like to ask all who are able to please rise and stand as we listen to Raika Mirza, Class of 2021, Honor America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce to you the President of the University of New England, Dr. James Herbert. We did that.
Thank you so much, Provost Pardue, and welcome everyone. It really does my heart good to see a room full of folks in caps and gowns assembled here together, because it wasn't that long ago that we didn't know what our commencement ceremonies were going to look like this year. And while today's ceremony doesn't include the overflowing crowd that we're accustomed to at graduation, it nevertheless is an extraordinarily meaningful event in the lives of all of our graduates. As such, we're joined today by members of the senior administration, including Interim Provost Karen Pardue, the Dean of the College of Dental Medicine, Dr. John Ryder, and members of our distinguished faculty and professional staff. Also joining us today are members of our university's Board of Trustees who work tirelessly in support of the university, on behalf of the university, and this includes Board Chair Dan McCormick. Thank you, Dan, for joining us today. And I would like, at this point, to introduce Dan to speak to the graduates.
Thank you, President Herbert, and congratulations to the class of 2021. On behalf of the University of New England's Board of Trustees, I welcome you to this very special 2021 graduation ceremony. I know that many of my fellow trustees are joining us virtually today, and I want to thank them for their service on the UNE board. I feel privileged to be able to join you to pay tribute to today's graduates. Over the past several years, it's been my honor to play a role in UNE's evolution, to help educate others about its exceptional offerings in health professions, in the sciences, humanities, and a host of other disciplines, and to help spread the word about the vast array of enriching experiences that UNE offers its students both in and out of the classroom. But this past year, I've been singing UNE's praises for another reason altogether. And that's for the phenomenal job that the entire UNE community has done in responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. From our administrators who have worked so diligently on crafting and updating the Onward plan, to the faculty and professional staff who have shown immense flexibility and resourcefulness in rising to every challenge that this pandemic posed and continues to pose, to the students who did everything from administering COVID tests at clinical sites, to helping out a virus-stricken island nursing home, to assisting vaccination efforts, even to babysitting healthcare workers' children as they worked around the clock. The members of the UNE community have made me prouder than ever to serve on the board of this great university. In past years, I've talked about this day, graduation day, as a highlight of the academic year. And while it's a very important and significant day for our graduates, in many ways the highlights have been happening all year long. UNE's students have shown tenacity, adaptability, compassion, empathy, and service to others at so many points along the span of the last year. For many of you, the past 3 semesters have matured you beyond your years. So while today is a day of well-deserved pride for you, our degree recipients, as well as your families and friends, I hope that amid the festivities today, you, our graduates, will take some time to reflect on the past year and to be proud not just of the diploma in your hands today, but of the great sense of purpose and humanity with which this past year has imbued in your hearts. I offer you my most sincere congratulations and the very best of luck in whatever endeavor awaits you.
Thank you very much for those thoughtful words, Dan, and for your tireless commitment to our students. So graduates, I'll have plenty to say about you in just a few minutes, but first I would like to acknowledge those who are joining us in spirit online, your parents, siblings, grandparents, and other family members. UNE families, please know that your presence is felt acutely here today. Your love and support carried within the incredible individuals who will receive their degrees shortly, and I know they look forward to celebrating with you when they get back home and can do so safely. But we wish that you could be here in the room with us, and we know you would prefer to be here as well rather than watching at home. To honor you and to acknowledge the multitude of roles you've played in helping our graduates reach this point in their lives, we've set out a chair here on stage to symbolize your presence in spirit, but also your physical absence. Please know how much you're valued, loved, and always welcome as members of our UNE family. Graduates, let's give your loved ones an enthusiastic nor'easter applause that they deserve. Let us also acknowledge the people who are not here and who are not watching us over the internet. While the virus has created temporary barriers to our gathering in person, barriers that are thankfully now easing but which still linger, it has also caused more lasting and tragic changes to our world. Many of those gathered here today or watching remotely have lost loved ones to COVID-19. Let us pause for a moment to remember them and to remember any other loved ones who we've lost since our graduates' UNE journeys began. May our departed loved ones always be part of us, and may their memories be a blessing. Let us also acknowledge your UNE professors and preceptors. In our classrooms, in our comprehensive care clinic, and throughout your clinical rotations, they have shaped your education and enriched your lives just as you have enriched theirs. I know how proud of you they are. Faculty members, thank you for the role you've played in our graduates' lives. You've helped to transform them into professionals who will make real differences in patients' oral health and in their lives more broadly for decades to come. To our College of Dental Medicine leadership team and members of its professional staff, thank you for all you've done to nurture, support, and train these graduates. UNE is Northern New England's only dental college of medicine, and you play a vital role in expanding dental services to the people of our vast and largely rural state and region, as well as those in the greater Portland area. Thank you very much. Finally, let's reflect on the sacrifices made by all members of our UNE community who currently serve or who have served in the U.S. military. Coincidentally, today happens to be U.S. Armed Forces Day. Students, parents, grandparents, and anyone else watching who has served or is serving, please know how much we appreciate your sacrifice. Thank you. And now, graduates, let me sing your praises for a moment because you've earned every bit of my respect and admiration. Since the moment you arrived on our Portland campus, your class has been known for being a particularly focused and intelligent group. You are committed to excellence in the classroom, and the high standards you set for yourselves soon transferred to the work you did in our simulation labs and in your interprofessional learning experiences. Your compassion emerged early as one of your defining characteristics, and when combined with your competence, resulted in your providing an extraordinary level of care to the patients you served in the Oral Health Center and during your clinical rotations. You're an especially gifted bunch, and we understand the magnitude of the impact you're now ready to make on our world. Your future employers, coworkers, and most importantly, patients will be lucky to have you at their sides. Over the past 4 years, you've gained expert knowledge in dentistry while also accruing practical experience across a broad range of patient care settings. You've also had opportunities to learn besides students from other health profession programs, allowing you to gain understanding of how your role fits with theirs in the workplace. Graduates, even in an ordinary year, I would say that you should be very proud of yourselves for earning a degree from our rigorous program. But this has been no ordinary year. And in these challenging times, each of you has demonstrated uncommon dedication and perseverance to complete your degree despite the headwinds created by the pandemic. Beginning last spring, the coronavirus laid one obstacle after another in your path, disrupting the way you learned and practiced your skills. But with amazing grace and poise, qualities that are so very important in the clinical setting, you surmounted them all. Now, after navigating your fourth-year rotations during a highly unusual time for your profession, you leave UNE to join a field still disrupted by the virus. In the short term, I know the uncertainty of our present times can be scary. But take heart, the services you provide are essential, and though the pandemic will necessitate you making certain adjustments to best practices in order to minimize the virus's transmission for at least a little while longer, there will always be a need for your expertise in our communities. Wherever you apply your Doctor of Dental Medicine degree, you will be contributing to the health of individuals and communities. I can think of no more noble calling to which you might devote your life. I hope you are as proud of yourselves as we are. You've earned the right to feel the sense of accomplishment that comes from tackling and succeeding at a very difficult task. So enjoy this day, even if it isn't the one that you or we initially envisioned, and pat yourself on the back for completing your program and earning your degree during these especially challenging times. Congratulations to you all. So at this time, it's my pleasure to present today's honorary degree recipient, who will also deliver our commencement address. At the University of New England, our honorary doctoral degrees are awarded to individuals of exemplary personal character who demonstrate excellence in their fields. The Honorary Doctor of Science is conferred upon individuals whose personal and professional accomplishments contribute to the betterment of society. And today's recipient, Dr. Niriv Shaw of the Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention, certainly fits that bill. Dr. Shaw, you have distinguished yourself in our state and throughout the world beyond its borders. You arrived in Maine possessing a rich resume bolstered by medical and law degrees from the University of Chicago and a background in economics from Oxford University. In your role as director of the Illinois Department of Public Health, you implemented key initiatives to address that state's opioid crisis. You reduced maternal and infant mortality, and you reduced childhood lead poisoning. As an attorney and public health economist, you advise professionals and governments around the globe to help improve their delivery of health care. And you worked for the Ministry of Health in Cambodia, where your work included investigating and managing disease outbreaks as an epidemiologist. That expertise in epidemiology has served you well here in Maine in your role as our director of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. In leading Maine's response to the coronavirus pandemic, you've made important decisions to expand virus testing, to facilitate vaccine distribution, and to help us reopen the state safely while always following the best available science. You've led us through this once-in-a-century pandemic, reassuring us with your steady demeanor, educating us with your appreciable wisdom, and inspiring us with your grace under pressure. We're so very grateful for your leadership and for the lives you have, no doubt, saved while guiding us through these challenging times. Therefore, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of New England, I do hereby confer upon Dr. Niriv Shaw the degree of Honorary Doctor of Science, with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities which here and everywhere pertain to this degree. It is now my great honor to present to you Dr. Niriv Shaw.
Thank you very much. President Herbert, University of New England Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and most especially, the class of 2021. I am deeply honored to join you as an honorary graduate of the University of New England. And I am humbled and extremely grateful to accept this honorary degree of UNE Doctor of Science. It is and has been a privilege to serve the people of Maine in my role as director of the Maine CDC. And I am so proud and honored to have been chosen for this distinguished and respected honor. It's especially meaningful to me because UNE has been such a strong partner in Maine's overall pandemic response. As each and every one of you knows, many UNE graduates go on to become committed healthcare professionals, those who dedicate their careers to serving others in Maine and across the country. We in Maine are so lucky that what they do helps each and every one of us as a state, particularly in this time of need. UNE graduates, through the robust and thorough educational background they have been vital as we have worked our way through the COVID response. Graduates of the colleges of medicine, dentistry, health professions, arts and science, and professional studies start their careers with an advantage, bringing the unique and diverse array of training that can only be found at this institution. I'm so pleased and proud to accept this honorary degree, as well as to participate in this ceremony, marking all of the achievements of the class of 2021, achievements that have come during a time like no other before. I'd like to take just a few minutes to reflect upon the past year and offer a few pieces of guidance, observation, and advice for each and every one of the graduates going forward. Given the composition of the schools and the graduates of the University of New England, I wanted to start by reflecting upon what the pandemic has meant for science, the scientific process, and our communication of science. As I think everyone is well aware by now, COVID has been a lesson for the entire world in science as well as in science communication. At perhaps no time in recent history have the methods of science, public health, epidemiology, virology, and clinical medicine been put front and center in the minds of the public in the way that they are now. As a result of the pandemic, the public has received a real-time, day-by-day lesson in the methods of science, public health, and communication. There are some benefits to that. For many years, the work that many of us do was shrouded in myth, some degree of secrecy. But now that curtain has been unfolded and opened for all to see. This opportunity presents a lesson to all of us who are involved in scientific endeavors. Much of what we do is, again, sometimes hidden from public view, certainly not by design, but because of the technical nature of the work of science, we often have our discussions and disagreements and debates in scientific journals and at conferences. And that's all fine. But now, with the public paying so much attention, the questions around what we do and our need to convey what we do in something that may or may not be amounting to more than just a soundbite are essential and critical skills. The current moment provides us an opportunity to show the public that what we do is important and critical, and gives us an opportunity to make the case for why what we do as scientists is so important. Each and every one of you, as a newly minted graduate of this institution, has a role to play in that. You have a role to play in translating scientific principles to the public, whether it's your friends, your family members, or those of you who are going to work with patients or members of the media. You have an obligation and an opportunity to hone your skills, not just as scientists, but also as science communicators. This is a critical opportunity and something I urge everyone to take time to study and practice. My own rule is pretty straightforward. If I can't explain something to my mom in 30 seconds, then I'm not doing a good job. And I need to go back to the drawing board to do a better job figuring out what the essence of what I'm trying to say is. In the middle of a pandemic, but as well as after the pandemic, the ability of us as scientists to communicate what we do, how we do it, and why we do it to the public will not go away. This is our chance to make that real. The second observation that I wanted to share is around something you've no doubt already heard in your career. You've probably known or had people say to you that if you're working on a team, you got to stay in your lane. Scientists love to tell other people sometimes to stay in their lane. You've undoubtedly heard that expression. And there's certainly a value in staying in your lane. But staying on your lane or in your lane is a metaphor that's predicated on this idea that we're all in a big giant swimming pool and that there are lanes, and the best thing to do for all of us to keep moving is to stay in those lanes. And there's value there. Staying in your lane means that you develop deep expertise, but it comes at a cost. It means, for example, that you don't necessarily get to see what's going on in the other lanes. And so for me, the metaphor that I think is far more apt for the time that we are in right now is not staying in your lane during a swim meet, but rather thinking of the work we do as not so much swimming in your lane, but more like a water polo team. A group of people that are in a giant pool where there are no lanes, but all of whom are generally swimming in some loose formation toward a common shared goal. That is really the way that we should be working as scientists, as clinicians, as well as those who are navigating our way through a pandemic. If you stay in your lane, it's difficult to see what's going on. But if we're all swimming toward the same goal, always looking across the pool, learning about what's going on, staying in touch with what's going on, we're that much more effective as a team. There's one final observation that I wanted to share. And that's something that's very, very important to me, both in my role as a member of a broader team, as well as the head of a team myself at the Maine CDC. And that comes down to one word: disagreement. I'm a big believer in the value of spirited, respectful disagreement among colleagues. For me, that type of disagreement is one of the surest ways to make sure that when an organization makes a tough decision, it does so with the best available evidence. It's also a way to make life and work a lot more interesting. Imagine sitting down to watch an 8-hour movie, a movie in which no one disagreed about anything throughout the entire movie. The entire plot consisted of people just agreeing with one another. No conflict, no discussion, no debate. That'd be the world's worst movie. Indeed, you wouldn't be faulted for getting up and walking out. But for some reason, we ask people in our professional lives to treat their workplace as we would that 8-hour movie where no one disagrees. But that's not life, and it's not good. Healthy, spirited, respectful disagreement is not just a way to make your work life more interesting, it's also a way that teams can get to better answers. You may never know if someone on your team has some insight or intelligence or information that, if they were only to share it, could upend the entire discussion you were having. But the only way to get that person to share it is to normalize that type of healthy, respectful disagreement. And so I encourage everyone on my team who might see the world differently from the way that everyone else does to speak up and share it, particularly if the way that they see the world is contrary to the orthodoxy that everyone else on the team has been thinking about. I think in the end, it makes us lead ourselves to better decisions, but it also makes the workplace that much more interesting. So I urge you, as you are starting this next phase of your career, to keep some of these things in mind, to keep in mind the value of communication about science as well as the science itself, to keep in mind how important it is for teams to swim together toward a goal rather than just staying in their lanes, and to keep in mind how important it is for all of us who work on teams to have a space where we can disagree in a healthy, respectful manner, not just to make the workplace more interesting, but to get to better decisions. I'd like to close now by once again thanking all of the members of the UNE community for this deep honor and being awarded with this Doctorate of Science. It has been nothing more than one of my life's honors and pleasures to serve the people of Maine during this time of COVID. I hope that in the future, I'll get to meet with and work with so many of you as you all are starting this next phase of your career. But until then, as I always ask everyone to do, please be kind and take care of one another. I hope to see all of you again soon.
So a thank you to Dr. Shaw for those inspiring words and for everything he's done for our state. And now it's my pleasure to welcome to the podium the Dean of the College of Dental Medicine, Dr. John Ryder.
Thank you, President Herbert. Good afternoon, everybody, and what a beautiful day it is. I'm Dr. John Ryder, and it's my honor to serve as the Dean of the Dean of the University of New England College of Dental Medicine. Welcome to the 5th College of Dental Medicine commencement ceremony in honor of the class of 2021. Given these extraordinary times, let me first begin by echoing President Herbert's words, acknowledging the loss and suffering that the global pandemic has inflicted on millions of people around the world. Our hearts go out to the members of the College of Dental Medicine community, their extended loved ones, and everyone else who has been impacted by the disease. I'd also like to recognize and thank all the frontline healthcare workers and essential heroes that have been absolutely incredible this past year and have worked tirelessly to comfort us and keep us safe. Thank you. In addition to the College of Dental Medicine faculty members who are present, I'd like to welcome all the guests watching in celebration remotely today, including all of our special friends and supporters of the college, UNE Board of Trustee members, members of the local dental community, members of the Maine Board of Dental Practice, leaders and members of the Maine Dental Association, and faculty, professional staff, and administrators from across the university. I would like to recognize all those who have supported the college, honored guests, other dignitaries, and of course, our UNE College of Dental Medicine alumni. I'd especially like to thank all the parents, grandparents, spouses, children, extended family, friends, and students, not only for attending virtually today, but also for your support of your graduate and our college. I think it's important to recognize parents and family members who are dentists, physicians, and other professionals who have achieved high levels of education and were able to serve as role models and mentors to their student. And I think it's equally important to recognize those parents and families whose graduate may be the first in their family to reach the doctorate level, and the hard work, inspiration, and support those families have given to their new graduate. And thank you to the heart and soul of our college, the talented and dedicated faculty and professional staff who come to us from around the world and who have provided the knowledge, skills, wisdom, and opportunities for students to learn and become the outstanding healthcare professionals that I am convinced they are. And of course, thank you to the students for choosing UNE for your dental education and for your support of each other through difficult times. Dental school is very challenging, and navigating a dental curriculum can create incredible stress, even in normal times, but especially this past year. As I've said many times, if I were in a class of one, I don't think I would have made it through dental school. It is the support and the encouragement that you have shown for each other that contribute to your success. I'm humbled to be serving as dean and to be the one to help facilitate today's event. And at the same time, I'm very cognizant of all the hard work and planning by so many visionary and dedicated people who have created our college and ultimately made this event possible. I'm also very much aware and appreciative of all the team members of our college and university who put all the pieces together on a daily basis. From student affairs to central sterilization, dental assistants, custodial staff, reception to administrators, you all bring equal value in the success of the students and in support of our mission. I thank you all for this. As dean, it is a serious responsibility to certify that a student is now ready to begin the practice of dentistry and that they have learned enough to be a competent beginner. I have the highest confidence in each and every one of you, and not only are you able and ready to begin your careers, but that you are all ethical, caring people who just happen to be doctors. Our graduates embody the mission and passion that is our culture. They now have a purpose to not only be excellent doctors, but also to be socially responsible, publicly engaged, and transformative leaders. Class of 2021, you must hold on tight to your ethics and express your values through collaboration, inclusiveness, tolerance, empathy, and commitment to lifelong learning in your profession. You will use what you have learned to work in a complex and ambiguous world where we may have the medicines and the procedures to treat a wide variety of diseases, but where millions of people still don't have access to those tools. You will need to utilize all your knowledge and the best possible technology to successfully treat your patients, but at the same time, you must take the time to make personal connections. While treating the immediate causes of disease, it will be your mission to also understand and address the personal, geographical, cultural, and psychological causes of disease as well. And it is now your professional obligation to improve the health and extend the quality of life of the people in your communities. All of you are going to make a difference, and certainly a difference is what the world needs. Thank you. Our students spend 3 years as part of one of 4 clinical group practices: Caribou, Denmark, Eastport, and Farmington. The students and group practice leaders get to know each other very well over that time, with their group practice leader becoming their primary guide and mentor. Usually at this time in the program, we would begin the hooding presentation portion of our program, and each student would be hooded by their respective group practice leader. Placement of the hood symbolizes the completion of the Doctor of Dental Medicine degree, and because we are practicing social distancing today, the students already have their hoods, but they will be presented by their group practice leader. Today, we'll also present each graduate with a certificate of dental public health leadership in recognition of their completion of a special emphasis in public health. I'd like to now invite Dr. Elizabeth Franco to address the graduates of the Caribou group practice.
Thank you, Dean Ryder. Welcome, class of 2021 and Caribou. Today, we are here to honor you for achieving a major milestone. Each of you should feel immensely proud of your achievement. Although our time together in the clinic has been short, we have been together since the beginning of your dental school journey. You have made remarkable progress over the past 4 years. I remember your first days in the simulation clinic, your first class 1 preps, your first restorations, your first crown preps, and your first temporary crowns. You've come a long way since those early days, and you should feel very proud of all that you've accomplished. Your hard work, dedication, and sacrifice has not only served to fulfill your graduation requirements, it has improved the oral health and lives of those in your community. Thank you for your contributions to furthering the mission of the University of New England College of Dental Medicine. Throughout your careers, you will be in a position to help many people. Do as much as you can for as many as you can. Utilize your knowledge, skills, and talents for the benefit of others. Dentistry can be exhausting. There will be days when you will feel too tired to see your last patient of the day. If I could offer you one bit of advice, it would be to always do your best, do not take shortcuts, and maintain your integrity. You may encounter those who would ask you to compromise your ethics. Always do what you feel is right and in the best interest of your patient. Treat your patients the way you would want to be treated. Remember that one day you might be the patient. In the words of a wise author, Anna Quinlan, don't ever confuse the two, your life and your work. The second is only part of the first. Dentistry will take a significant amount of your time. Make sure that you take time for yourself. As you celebrate your achievement, please do not forget to thank your parents, grandparents, siblings, friends, significant others, and mentors for their encouragement and support. Dental school is difficult, and no one gets through it alone. While you remember the people who have helped you this far, likewise, do not forget those who will support you every day, your assistants, hygienists, and front office staff. As quotes are the Caribou way, I would like to leave you with a quote by George Saunders. "Success is like a mountain that keeps growing ahead of you as you hike it. Err in the direction of kindness." It has been an honor to be a part of your dental education for the past 4 years. I am excited for what the future holds for each one of you. I wish each of you much success and happiness in your professional and personal lives. Congratulations, graduates. Job well done. Now, would the Marshal please escort our Caribou Group Practice Doctor of Dental Medicine candidates to the stage. Addison Christine Berry, Modesto, California. Brittany Christina Brown, Poolsville, Washington. Rebecca D. Cameron, Brighton, Michigan. Joshua Greer Carney, Concord, New Hampshire. Shawnee Elise Cowan, Old Orchard Beach, Maine. Mason Donald Sear, Freeport, Maine. Adam Morgan Gray, Bainbridge, Ohio. Fernanda Vargas Valle Guerra, Curitiba, Brazil. Zara Elisa Hanif, Miami, Florida. Kristen B. Hogland, South Portland, Maine. Marshall David Maring, Marquette, Michigan. Jason A. Palmer, Beaumont, Texas. Hannah Jagdish Patel, Palatka, Florida. Patricia Regata Rabanal, San Diego, California. Seth O'Neill Sherwood, Valley Center, Kansas. Spencer John Valley, Holden, Maine. Logan J. Wilson, Lanesboro, Massachusetts.
I'd like to now invite Dr. Jay Boscheman to address the graduates in the Denmark group practice.
I feel like there should be 25, and I should be looking at a screen with a camera right here. It's weird. It's just weird. Denmark, class of 2021, welcome and a huge congratulations, and congratulations to the rest of you. I wrote this addressing Denmark, but I've in some way interacted with all of you, so my sentiments go out to each and every one of you as well. I'm certain none of you thought when you arrived on campus 4 years ago that your journey would involve so much hard work, persistence, and flexibility. I'm confident when you dreamed of becoming a dentist, you had no idea what that would really mean. A once-in-100 years pandemic, really? But those of us who attended dental school prior to the mid-1980s were forced into a similar situation with hepatitis, HIV, and the AIDS pandemic, or epidemics. We adapted, enjoyed successful careers just as you all will in the wake of COVID-19. I can assure you what seems strange and troublesome now will eventually be your new normal. It was for all of us. I've worked with all of you for 3 years. 3 years of mutual learning, growing, laughing, celebrating. Every cohort is unique and provides me with a new opportunity to learn and improve, and you certainly provided me with all of those things. I hope I have given you all that you expect as a faculty member in terms of knowledge, tips for clinical and practice success, and mentorship. But most of all, I hope I have inspired all of you fine dental professionals to continue learning and growing and to give back to your communities, as well as mentoring the young professionals who will follow in your footsteps. Remember to reach down and pick up a handful of sand every now and then. You never know what jewels it might contain. You are unique, creative, energetic individuals, and through these 4 years have become truly competent to enter one of the healing arts. You are wonderful human beings and professional colleagues. It has been a great honor to be involved in your dental education, and I've so enjoyed working with all of you and each one of you. I couldn't be prouder of your accomplishments, and I'm certain there will be many more in your futures. I wish you great success and happiness in your careers and in life. Congratulations, all of you. And now if my assistant group practice leader, Dr. Ortengren, would please escort the Denmark students. Peter Boutros, Huntington Beach, California. Anthony Justin Burgoyes, Massapequa, New York. Kevin R. Conchieri, Essex, Vermont. Garrett W. Philibrown, Waterford, Maine. Congratulations, Garrett. Haley Priscilla Genoa, Greenville, Maine. Congratulations, Haley. Kevin Young-Hoon Ham, Vancouver, Canada. Jose Rafael Malan, Pinckney, Michigan. Congratulations, Rafi. Melanie Desiree Melgarejo, New York, New York. Kendra A. Mendez, Greeley, Colorado. Congratulations. Ty Michael Padilla, Yakima, Washington. Nancy A. Patel, Ahmedabad, India. At least I'm getting the names correct. The towns, maybe not so much. Matthew F. Powell, Monterey Bay, California. Robin Burnham Russo, North Berwick, Maine. Congratulations, Robin. Natasha Kelsey Seavey, Rockland, Maine. Hey, Tasha. Congratulations. Drew Anna Sigmund, Fairfax, Virginia. Drew, congratulations. Yeah. And Brody Thomas Valley, Brewer, Maine.
Thank you, Dr. Boschman. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Oliver Kiefer to present the graduates in the Eastport group practice.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to start out by extending a huge congratulations to the class of 2021. It has been a great pleasure to know each of you, and watching your transformation over the past years has been nothing short of miraculous. You have overcome unique challenges, jumped through endless hoops, and remained flexible and positive throughout your time here at UNE. While this chapter of your career is closing today, many new chapters will be written as your future paths unfold. I did a little investigating and wanted to share some numbers with you from within the Eastport group practice. Over the past 2 years, despite the twists and turns of COVID-19, you treated 1,244 patients. You delivered 120 crowns, removed 515 teeth, and placed 908 fillings. All impressive numbers, but the most important number from this list is the first one, the number of patients. 1,244 people you directly helped, sometimes drastically, other times in more subtle ways. Over the years to come, each of you will directly serve many multiples of that number, which is the real reason we all joined this profession in the first place. The magnitude and weight of this one number is what makes each of your future paths so exciting. And I hope you find great satisfaction in knowing your skills, knowledge, and character will create a positive impact on so many people. Lastly, a simple thank you to each of you is in order. Thank you for your energy, your tireless work, your vulnerability, and your willingness to do the best you could. Thank you for helping the students below you on their way up. Thank you for sharing yourselves with the group and for making the Eastport ship sail in the right direction. I know Dr. Feingold could not be here today, but I can confidently speak for the both of us by sharing how thankful we are to have worked with every single one of you. We are happy to see you leaving, but please know that you will all be greatly missed. Thank you, and once again, congratulations. Would the Marshal now please escort our Eastport group practice Doctor of Dental Medicine candidates to the stage. Leading off, we have Christine E. Barrett, Gainesville, Florida. Daniel Charles Burke, Freeport, Maine. Caitlin Elaine Clark, Windham, Maine. Ryan James Creighton, Plymouth, Maine. Kelly R. Amon, Anna, Ohio. Sarah Anne Ephraim, Sparta, New Jersey. Paul James Heileman, Allendale, Michigan. John Robert Jakes, Westerville, Ohio. Amber Jean McPherson, Conway, New Hampshire. Carlton David Neal, Farmington, Maine. Krishna I. Patel, Barrie, Vermont. Emily Christine Richard, Arundel, Maine. Jonathan J. Wormers, Ortonville, Minnesota. Stephanie Marie Yu, Santa Rosa, California. And last but not least, Sahar Zareh, Shiraz, Iran. Well done, guys. Congratulations to everybody. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Kiefer. And finally, I'd like to invite Dr. Courtney Shapira to address the graduates in the Farmington group practice.
All right. Congratulations, everybody. Okay. I began my career as an educator in the fall of 2017. I've seen 4 classes graduate, including this one. Each class has their own personality. Each has their own strengths, and each has their own areas that perhaps need a little attention. But from each class, I learned something about myself and about being an educator. This class has taught me about resiliency. I saw firsthand the challenges that you all faced during a year impacted by a global pandemic. But when faced with these challenges, you took care of each other, you took care of your patients, and you took care of business. And now here you sit, ready for this next phase, and I'm so very proud of you all. You have truly taught me as much as I hope I've taught you. I met this group as they took their first steps onto the clinic floor at the beginning of their D2 year. I have seen them progress from nervous, sometimes painfully slow, timid students into professional, compassionate, confident, competent doctors. And as our time together at the Oral Health Center comes to an end, I want to thank you, Farmington graduates of 2021. Thank you for showing up every day, ready to learn. Thank you for always trying your best. Thank you for listening. Thank you for getting back up when you got knocked down. Thank you for caring about your patients. Thank you for caring about each other. Thank you for asking for and valuing the opinions of your faculty. And thank you for respecting me as your mentor and allowing me the opportunity to lead you into this next phase of your journey. It is my honor and privilege to do so. You've heard my advice to you many times, but because I can, and because I know you're listening, I thought I'd share a couple more words of wisdom and remind you of the ones you've already heard. Hold yourself to a high standard by being good rather than good enough. Learn your limitations and don't ignore them. Build a trusted group of colleagues that you will continue to guide and mentor you throughout the remainder of your career. But don't rush to build this group. Find colleagues that have the same high level of standards that you have for yourself. And know that as you build this group, I will be here to continue to guide and mentor you as long as you need me and/or let me. Remember that mistakes and inadequacies are going to happen. Brood over these times. Learn from them and move forward wiser and better for the experience. Be confident, but not arrogant. Don't schedule hard procedures on Mondays or Fridays. And keep learning to be great. At this time, would the Marshal please escort our Farmington Group Practice Doctor of Dental Medicine candidates to the stage. Anastasia Koros Asher, Cape Elizabeth, Maine. Chloe Elizabeth Eisenhower, Saco, Maine. Benjamin Edward Harwood, Winthrop, Maine. Brandon Clayton Hazelton, East Greenwich, Rhode Island. Marissa Lynn Hebert, Fort Kent, Maine. Jason Arthur Keshen, North Andover, Massachusetts. Matthew Bryant Lake, Eugene, Oregon. Timothy James Reddy McKeefrey, Kennebunk, Maine. Malika Moini, Yorba Linda, California. Jesse Paul Myers, Fishersville, Virginia. Crystal Marie Skirmetta, New Orleans, Louisiana. Gregory John Stein, Einan, Pennsylvania. Deeksha Thapa, Wixom, Michigan. Daniela Vargas, Atlanta, Georgia. B. Matthew Waller, Lancaster, South Carolina. Jamie Caitlin Zafran, Browndale, Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Dr. Shapira. And thank you, group practice leaders, and congratulations, graduates of the class of 2021. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Jonathan Wormers, president of the class of 2021, to address the class and lead the graduates in the dentist pledge. John?
Air, please. Something. Thank you, class. Thank you, Dean Ryder, for this opportunity to address you today. My friends, along with my wife, informed me not to give the Johnny version and to keep it short. They must know that I tend to give 25 cents instead of the 2 cents you asked for. I would have liked to incorporate each and every one of you into my speech because this is a day where we all need to be recognized for such a great accomplishment. Instead, I would just remind us of a few of the great memories that I think we all can agree on were some of the highlights over the last 4 years. Sorry, Garrett, but I think you take first place when it comes to most unforgettable memories. I mean, who can forget that root canal you attempted to do? The best part of that story is not the fact that you perforated, but the fact that faculty told him to try and fix it for the next hour of the exam. But hey, at least he figured out how many canals a front tooth has. I will not even go into the 30-minute discussion on whether we can prescribe vitamin C or the extreme laser beam of a headlight that Dr. Saltz recommends. I think you can fry an egg on that thing. Did Dr. Vachon make it, or is he still trying to play catch-up with the notes that he needs to get checked? Anyway, let us leave today remembering these great times and many other memories that bond the class of 2021. Student government recently met with the graduation committee. They asked the student government representatives what we wanted the CDM 2021 class legacy to be. Legacy is defined by an amount of money or property left to someone in a will. I thought about what the class of 2021 is going to leave behind. A banner in the hallway, a scholarship fund, maybe more shelves in the lab so they can fall to, a plaque. I want our class to be known as the class that can and did overcome all obstacles in trying to become dental professionals. Specifically, two big obstacles. The first major one is the number of broken bones that we have overcome. I believe there have been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 students that have had to fix broken bones, 3 of which were in their hands. You would think we would know better. Let us just hope Jim harassed us enough to sign up for his disability insurance. The second obstacle, near and dear to me, is hair loss. I started this journey with what I thought to be hair, but quickly realized that dental school is going to take that away from me. The amount of stress just sucked the last few strands I had out. I, along with a fellow classmate, had to face the cold, hard reality that we were no longer going to have to buy shampoo, but instead shift our attention to shaving cream. As I am talking right now, I know there are a few other classmates that are still hanging on to those last few strands on their head. It's okay, guys. Like they say, there are only a few perfect heads, the rest they covered with hair. In all seriousness, the changing policies, multiple restructuring of exams, consistent faculty turnover to a global pandemic, our class has been able to endure what seemed to be a never-ending carousel of last-minute changes. And last minute they were. No other College of Dental Medicine class can say they have had to complete the number of requirements we have had to during such a shortened clinical rotation. The faculty still expected the same requirements to be met and to a satisfactory grade, and rightfully so. How does the class of 2021 respond? Our class not only completed the requirements, but has one of the best overall passing percentages on our national board exams. Our hand skills are second to none, and our willingness to come together as a class is proven by the completion of this graduation today. My fellow classmates were able to push through the countless hours of Zoom University, presentation after presentation after presentation. 4 months of missed clinic, half-day clinic sessions. We were there to support each other, making sure the class of 2021 was not going to let these obstacles hold us back. So how does this relate to our legacy? What is our legacy going to be? Support. This is our legacy, support. It does not come in gifts of property or money. Our legacy we leave behind is the amount of support we gave one another throughout these last 4 years. Classes that are coming after us are going to see the amount of support that we, the class of 21, has given each other. That is what I want UNE CDM 2021 to be remembered by. This support was not only from our classmates, but the people watching from home. The people we lean on most during these stressful exams, those never-ending study sessions, maybe a failed hand skill. This support system is how we pick ourselves back up and continue to be better, to do better, to become dentists. We, as a class, had to support one another more than any other class has had to in the past. This support is how we are accepting one of the hardest degrees an individual can earn. And that is what each and every one of you have done today. You have earned this Doctor of Dental Medicine degree. So thank you. And thank you to all those involved in supplying the class of 2021 with this support. Before I end my speech, I'm going to be a little selfish and talk about my great support system that I have had throughout my journey to become a doctor. Many people have becoming a famous athlete or a popular singer, maybe a teacher, an Olympian. My dream, a dentist. My journey to get here where I am today has been a challenge, and I'm sure many of my classmates can say the same. 6 years, over 60 applications, and many rejection letters have brought me to where I am today. Why was I so persistent on dental school after so many rejections? Support. How did I get through rejection letter after rejection letter after rejection letter? Support. 3 attempts on the dental administration test? Support. Who is that support system for me to get me through those most difficult times? My mom and dad. They never doubted my abilities once. Not for a second did they think I would not make it. The heartache that came with each rejection letter was overcome by their love and support. This support has since been matched by my amazing wife. Her positivity and push to get me to achieve the dream I set for myself is finally coming true. As a kid growing up and as we age, we want nothing more than to make our parents proud of our accomplishments. Dad, Mom, I hope I made you proud. We did it. Your support, my wife, my son Paxton, we did it. We accomplished a lifetime goal. I did it through your support. I can finally say, I am a dentist. As we say our last goodbyes, take our last pictures, and share in each other's company one last time, leave here knowing the amount of support you have from each one of your classmates is endless. Moving forward, whether that is going into private practice, a public setting, or working for a family member, the class of 2021 is here to support you. UNE CDM class of 2021 is going to be known not for a crazy school career, but a class that knows how to support each other. A class that knows how to persevere and give support to make it through these difficult times. This is how I want the class of 2021's legacy to be. This is what I want my classmates to remember when they leave here. This is what I want your friends and family to remember. That together, with the support from everyone here and at home, we are doctors. We are dentists. Support. This is what I want to leave behind. This is our legacy. Now, please join me in taking the dentist pledge. The pledge is located in your program. Please read the pledge with me. I, Jonathan Wormers, as a member of the dental profession, shall keep this pledge and these stipulations. I understand and accept that my primary responsibility is to my patients, and I shall dedicate myself to render, to the best of my ability, the highest standard of oral health care and to maintain a relationship of respect and confidence. Therefore, let all come to me safe in knowledge that their total health and well-being are first consideration. I shall accept the responsibility that, as a professional, my competence rests on the continuing attainment of knowledge and skill in the arts and sciences of dentistry. I acknowledge my obligation to support and sustain the honor and integrity of the profession and to conduct myself in all endeavors such that I shall merit the respect of patients, colleagues, and my community. I further commit myself to the betterment of my community for the benefit of all society. I shall faithfully observe the principles of ethics and code of professional conduct set forth by the profession. All this I pledge with pride in my commitment to the profession, the public it serves.
Thank you, Jonathan, and congratulations. Graduates, would you please stand? President Herbert, as Dean of the College of Dental Medicine, I am privileged to present to you the University of New England College of Dental Medicine doctoral degree candidates for the year 2021. These scholars have qualified in all respects for degrees by completing the curricula offered by the University of New England. The faculty and the Board of Trustees have recommended that they be awarded the Doctor of Dental Medicine degrees in recognition of their accomplishments.
Thank you, Dean Ryder. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of New England and by vote of the faculty, I do hereby confer upon you your Doctor of Dental Medicine degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Welcome, graduates, to the Fellowship of Educated People. Congratulations. Dean Ryder.
You can be seated, thank you. I just have some closing remarks. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It seems that quote from A Tale of Two Cities is appropriate in our time today. Sickness, political divisions, social injustice, economic and climate issues, the world needs help. While we can't solve all these problems with any single fix, today we are sending a group of highly educated and talented individuals who can help bring change. And I have confidence that they will make a difference. You can ask any dean of a college what they like best about being a dean, and I think that most would say graduation day. Witnessing our students pass challenging exams, learn complicated procedures, and finally realizing their dreams of becoming a doctor. This special day is certainly one of my favorite times. My other favorite time is the first day of class. Seeing all of the new smiling, excited faces come to campus, getting to know everyone, learning new names and new stories. It's the years in between that can be kind of difficult. Unfortunately, these favorite days have been overshadowed by a global pandemic. Starting a doctoral program after years of school and then graduating from the program as a newly minted doctor are certainly the best of times, but not being able to share this moment with family and friends or celebrate appropriately is certainly the worst of times. I know that between the first day of classes and graduation, there can be many difficult and stressful times in dental school, and it is often family and friends that get you through it. In many cases, we simply could not do it if not for the support and encouragement of your family and friends. It isn't fair that they're not here in person today. It's painful and emotionally difficult. This pandemic has not been fair. Over 500,000 lives have been lost in this country, with people still dying. It isn't fair. But we have to keep going. We need to be resilient. Life will get better, and your family and friends are certainly no less proud of you. We are still here for each other. Our college's founding dean, Dr. Jim Coble, used to have a sign in his office that said, "Be kind, no exceptions." My final advice to you is never forget to be kind, especially to your patients. The patients come first, even those patients that you may not especially care for. You will have patients who are different than you are. Maybe they have a different political viewpoint, or speak a different language, or have a different cultural understanding of health. But always be compassionate, be empathetic, and put yourself in their place. Ask them about themselves. Tell them a story about yourself. The more we understand about each other, the less likely we are to be suspicious or fearful or cast blame. Because in the end, what we have in common with each other greatly outweighs our differences. The opportunity to live a healthy life should be a matter of fact, not a matter of privilege. Congratulations, class of 2021. You are now doctors of dental medicine.
Thank you very much, Dean Ryder. And doctors, let me be the first to welcome you as alumni of the University of New England. And We all look forward to seeing the great things that you'll do, and please stay connected to our community. I now declare this graduation ceremony of the University of New England's College of Dental Medicine to be officially adjourned. But before we begin the recessional, I'd like to share with you a brief video with special messages to the graduates from the College of Dental Medicine faculty and professional staff. At the conclusion of the video, I ask our graduates to please stand and remain standing for the academic recessional until all faculty have left the area. Congratulations again to all of you for joining us on this most memorable event.
Congratulations, class of 2021. You guys finally made it.
Thank you again for allowing me to be part of your education, and I'm glad to call you colleagues.
We're excited for you. We're proud of you. You can come back and visit us anytime.
It has been an honor and a privilege working with you. I wish you much success, love, and happiness throughout your lives.
And someday in the future, when you look back on dental school, you will have fond recollections.
It's been a privilege and an honor to be involved in your last year here, and I look forward to hearing all of your successes in the future.
I want you to take pride in what you do for your work, and most of all, gonna miss you. I wish the best for each and every one of you.
I just think that you guys are amazing, and thank you for making my life better.
I hope life treats you all well, and I'd love to say shout out to a bunch of you, but I promise Sarah, I would say shout out, Sarah.
Congratulations, class of 2021. I am so very proud of you. I will miss each and every one of you. I take you home with me every night and pray that you all will do so well, and you all have. And I wish you the best, and I love you, Mama G.
Wish you the best, and come and see us. We love you, we miss you.
It's my pleasure to be part of your journey. Congratulations, class of 2021. And please do me a favor, be proud of yourself, because I am proud of all of you.
Congratulations, 2021. We're so proud of you. I'm so excited for all of you to start practicing. I want you to enjoy it, have fun, and keep in touch. Love you all.
Congratulations! It was such a pleasure to work with you all. We will miss you. Yes.
Congratulations once again. I will miss each and every one of you.
We wish you all the best for your future career.
Congratulations.
I hope you stay in touch, take care, and enjoy this moment. Congratulations.
On behalf of the GPLs, we want to wish the class of 2021 best of luck on your futures and congratulations.
We love you. We miss you already. Congratulations. Meow. Congratulations, class of 2021.